Ayan na, mga kameta! I am back and Leni is back also. Ayan talaga. Back si Ma'am Leni, Attorney Leni, former Vice President Leni, duly elected Vice President Leni. At eto talaga guys, masasabi natin na fresh na fresh. Or yung katulad ng sinasabi natin sa college, frosh. Frosh na frosh si Ma'am Leni, iba talaga, iba talaga. So she was back pala over the weekend. Inunahan tayo mga kameta. Inunahan tayo, di sumabay. Ayan. Nakabalik si Ma'am Leni. Ay, tignan nyo naman si Ma'am Leni. I don't know if this is, baka mamaya sasabihin naman nila, nagpa-fake news tayo ha. Ito talaga itong mga, natatawa talaga sa mga troll pag sila nagreklamo sa fake news. Wala nga. Credibility naman dyan. Credibility naman dyan, mga kameta. Ito na, nakabalik na si Ma'am Leni Robredo at happy siya na nakabalik siya dito sa Pilipinas. I'm back at my speech siya sa University of the Philippines College of Law. Nonetheless, dun sa mga alumnus nila, tuwan-tuwa yata yung talaga yung mga supporters ni Ma'am Leni. Going strong, going strong. Leni Robredo. Eto talaga guys, makikita niyo talaga na nung naka-abroad na si Ma'am Leni at nung nakuha niya na yung mga appreciation na talaga deserve niya, na unfortunately hindi niya nakuha dito siguro, nung nakukuha niya yung respeto, yung recognition, nung hindi na siya binabastos lang at actually ni-respect siya, pumunta siya sa Obama Foundation, she went to the Harvard leadership program and was part of it. She was in Zurich in Asia Society and had some good time there. Kitang-kita na talaga no, ang talagang effect nito no. When good leaders are appreciated, they blossom, no? Pag bad leaders appreciated, well, alam niyo na ang mangyari diyan. Ayan, madolomite tayo diyan, mahirap na. Ito na mga kameta. I'm glad to see that one of our better leaders in the country is finally got the kind of refreshment, freshness, appreciation, all of those things that I think she really deserves. And I'm glad that she realized na hindi siya nag-iisa sa mundo, no? I'm sure when she visited the Obama Foundation, I'm sure na nakapunta siya sa Harvard, sa Switzerland, yung nakita niya yung mga ibang global leaders, I'm sure natuwa siya, no? Natuwa siya na realize na hindi siya nag-iisa. And I like the fiery ito. Yung sabi niya, great to be home. I like that. Yung ganyan na approach, no? Yung sinabi ni Ma'am Leni na, it's great to be home. Yeah. So, ibig sabihin, tuloy ang laban. Ibig sabihin, hindi tapos ang laban. Ibig sabihin, hindi yan retirement. So, ayan, shots fired. Ayan, alam na talaga. Sabi ko nga, I think Ma'am Leni, Attorney Leni, just needs some rest, some refreshment, some perspective. I hope she's already working on dun sa sa memoirs niya, reflections niya, hopefully vision, blueprint niya, lessons learned, mistakes made, correct things done, and how should she get back. And of course, hindi lang si Ma'am Leni ay fresh at blooming ngayon. Yung isa pang leader ng opposition, no? Yung actually more de jure leader of opposition right now, Senator Riza Ontiveros, of course, was also selected, guys. No, selected as Woman of the Year by Esquire magazine. Wow, talaga mga blooming talaga mga progressive leaders sa ating bansa. Masaya ito. So she has now joined as Esquire magazine na rin siya. I'm also glad because I would say Senator Riza Ontiveros has been really among consistently progressive and palaban leaders we have had in this country. I'm so happy to see that these people are getting the recognition that they deserve. Ito guys, don't try to throw nonsense at me. As I said, whoever does something good, I'm willing to recognize that. No, wala naman akong problema dyan. Di naman tayo kuripot pagdating sa ganyan. If credit, I give credit where credit is due, no? So sabi ko, for instance, ito si Junior, maganda yung ginawa dito sa foreign policy sa China, US. Ito si Tatay. Next topic na lang. Si Ramos, may magandang ginawa sana. So, come on, guys. I mean, think about it this way, guys. Honestly, kung walang fake news, kung walang mga disillusionment, kung walang yang mga junk food vloggers, kung Ay. You could have imagined, guys, gaano kaganda yung appreciation level sa mga ganitong leaders. Hindi corrupt. Ulitin natin ha, hindi corrupt. Ito mga to, palaban ng mga babae. Ako po, matalino. Nakapagtapos. Nakapagtapos at hindi anak mayaman o hindi anak diktador. Ayan. Hindi. Ay talaga mga mababardagulan tayo mga kameta. Pero, let's be honest about this. Look at these people. They are getting appreciation all around the world. In the best magazines, best universities, most accomplished people, smartest people, etc. Siguro naman, di sila kasing sama ng sinasabi ng mga junk food bloggers at fake news troll farms dyan. Diba? Diba? At ito sabi ko nga, may ebidensya talaga tayo. Yung mga malaking biktima ng fake news ng mga progressive leaders na yan, especially itong mga kababaihan. And, let's be honest, I'm sure there's unfortunately a big element of misogyny also involved in. Grabe yung mga ibang kapastusan na sinasabi nila sa mga leaders natin. At the end of the day, these are our leaders. There are senators, there are vice presidents, duly elected, hindi nagdaya, hindi nag-vote buying, hindi corruption, hindi mga matay tao, hindi, alam nyo na, di ba? Fill in the gaps, di ba? I mean, talagang iba eh. Now, hindi ko sinasabi na perfecto sila, at in-explain ko na, guys, mga kameta, matagal ko na in-explain bakit natalo yung opposition. Kasi syempre, unang-una, nagsama yung House of Duterte, House of Marcos, malaking bagay yan. Pangalawa, I think na-overemphasize yung ibang bagay habang na-underemphasize yung issue ng competency. Pangatlo, yes, disinformation was a problem, but so was yung lack of, education system that instills critical thinking to make us resilient against fake news to begin with. So maraming bagay dyan, guys. Maraming explanation dyan. Hindi lang naman disinformation. But I'll be very honest about this, guys. We know that in an alternative world na hindi puro mga junk food vloggers, hindi puro mga kabastusan, Leni Robredo, Riza Ontiveros, this kind of progressive leaders would have received 100 times appreciation that they were not getting. Right? Of course, they were getting from their supporters, but they were not getting from a lot of people who unfortunately were misled, who were, whose views were diluted. Dun sa, di ba sabi nung Nazi propagandist, di ba? Talagang yan ang ginagaya ng mga junk food vloggers. Di ba? Pag inulit mo isang kasinungalingan ng 1,000 beses, magiging katotohanan yan. Because truth has a psychological and emotional element to it. So when you bombard people with lies over and over again, troll farms level, at yung mga junk food vloggers na yan, unfortunately, some people are gonna reconsider what was much more accurate view of some of these progressive leaders. Na hindi corrupt, na matalino, na nakapagtapos kahit hindi anak mayaman, anak diktador, na hindi mga matay tao, na hindi, alam nyo na, fill in the gaps, di ba? Alam nyo na talagang mahal nilang bayan nila. So I'm really glad na fresh itong mga leaders natin, because I believe they have to get the appreciation they need. As I said, hindi rin dapat yung style natin dito ay one side lang tayo, tapos yung isang side bash natin. Ako, I wish the best for President Marcos on many fronts. I hope he continues the good things he's doing on our foreign policy. I hope he figures out a way out of our economic conundrum. I'm putting a lot of confidence in his technocrats, especially yung ating mga kaibigan dyan, si Secretary Balisacan, Professor Dr. Balisacan. I'm glad that National Security Advisor Clarita Carlos is pushing back against yung mga red taggers, yung mga ganon, yung mga ay wala na. Ayan na, bardagulan na. Alam nyo na, di ba? There are good things also happening. Yung mga tatay style na drug war ay inaayos niya. Salamat kay Secretary Abalos. Salamat din kay Secretary Erwin Tulfo for doing some good responses dun sa mga iba't ibang crisis na hinaharap natin over the past few months. So, wag tayong ganun na one side na maganda hindi. Pero ang akin lang naman, there was really a big injustice dun sa kabastusan na ginawa nila kay Laylay. Yung mga kabastusan na ginawa kay Riza Ontiveros. Like, no decent, matured, forget about decent, no mature, self-respecting democracy, right, should do these things to leaders who are not corrupt, who are accomplished, who have the best interests of their people in mind. Yes, may mga kakulangan here and there. Parati ko mini-mention yan. Hindi tayo katulad ng mga yung mga pink bloggers dyan na puro na lang puri, wala naman kritisismo, parating sinisisi yung kabila, sinisisi lang yung voters. Hindi naman tayo ganun. We have to be fair. Pero itong sinasabi ko guys, I'm glad that finally that appreciation, that much deserved appreciation and respite is coming. Kasi kailangan talaga ni Ma'am Leni yung pahinga eh. Grabe talaga yung ginawa sa kanya. 6 years of super trolling. Alam natin yung feeling yan because we had a taste of that in our own more humble ways. Hindi ko naman sinabi na importante tayo. Ito rin guys, ito rin natutuwa rin ako na nakikita ko si Ma'am Leni teaming up or standing strong with other strong women leaders, female leaders who have been also victims of fake news and attacks and all whatsoever. And of course, we're talking about former Chief Justice Sereno, a very strong woman, a progressive mind. I'm not gonna go into the internal politics of the Supreme Court, but unfortunately, you know what happened. The whole co-warranto and all that. Grabe yung bardagulan nangyari sa Supreme Court, which really, in many ways for me, was not really the best reflection of our judiciary and our highest judges in this country. And yet, to see these people smiling, standing strong, standing inspired, beautiful, blooming, I mean, in fairness, diba? It's good to see that. It's good to see that because we want the good fight to continue. At the same time as we want to encourage the good policies of whoever is the president, including the current president, no, who is not a dictator, okay? Yung tatay niya, ibang usapan yan. So I'm glad to see that and I want to see more solidarity because parati ko sinasabi mga kameta, to have a real democracy, genuine democracy, you have to have a yin and yang. It cannot be na walang talagang opposition. Pag walang talagang opposition, dun nangyayari talagang mga abuso. Dun nangyayari talagang mga kababalaghan. Pero kung may malakas kang opposition, may checks and balances ka, you can have a healthier democracy. You can provide alternative for the voters para hindi naman kawawa yung mga voters na stuck between trapo A, trapo B, trapo C, trapo D. Hindi naman sanang ganon, di ba? Sana naman may mga options. So I'm glad to see this kind of diversity here, this kind of refreshment, of energy, of strength. It's good to see that. It's good to see that mga kameta. Because I think these strong women, these accomplished women, these smart women deserve more than what they got over the past 5, 6, 7 years or so. No, and I hope they come up with a new plan, with new ideas, how to push the country in the right direction, how to inspire a new generation of progressive leadership. And I hope they also learn from their own shortcomings. Kasi syempre wala namang perfecto, may kakulangan din si Leni, may kakulangan din ng mga ibang progressive leaders. Lahat naman tayo, ako rin may kakulangan din tayo. Minsan talaga nagkakalat lang tayo dito sa But, life is about making the most out of the blessing of wisdom, the blessing of experience, blessing of the Lord's time and opportunity given to us, blessing of hindsight, no? So that we know how to move forward, to learn the best lessons and move forward in the right direction. So, yun lang. It's good to see na fresh si Ma'am Leni. It's good to see her because I think she really deserved that. She really deserved that respite. After all of that kalokohan na ginawa sa kanya, ay, mga kameta, parati ko sinasabi sa inyo. If only we knew the worth of the good leaders, or better leaders, and if only we stop worshiping, my goodness, heresy talaga, heretical na yun. Worshiping yung mga trapo, mga anak ng trapo, mga palpak, mga corrupt, ay nako, control. Ayan, ito parati ko sinasabi, Robredo was the biggest victim of disinformation. No question about it. All the studies, all the objective studies show that. So yung mga iba dyan na pa-victim ngayon sa fake news, parang, hello. And please lang, huwag niyo ako idamay dyan, excuse me. I always put disclaimer, kaya may humor tayo, may sarcasm. Now, if you're not witty enough, or if you're not smart enough to get my sarcasm, problema mo na yan, okay? Go and watch some British movies, baka mas ma-realize mo yung sinasabi natin dyan, okay? Wag magmaganda. Alright? So we're very clear. Mga kameta. By the way, gusto ko rin balikan isang issue. Of course, there's a lot I want to talk about. I want to also talk about China. There are massive protests, by the way, right now in China. We see that authoritarian dictator systems are also not doing very well nowadays. Particularly, let's look at the case of China. Very interesting. Whereby people are finally coming out. Remember, China has no competitive elections. What they have is selections within the oligarchy or leadership of the Communist Party, right? Let's be very clear about that. Now, I think the communist leadership, though, has done much better job of providing socio-economic justice to its people than a lot of corrupt elected governments in the developing world. I also agree with that. But nonetheless, mukhang punong-puno ng mga tao dyan sa China. Medyo grabe na yung mga protesta na nangyari. Let me show you guys some of the some of the latest developments dyan sa China. As you know naman mga kameta, I keep updated on practically every corner of the world, especially yung mga may kinalaman sa atin, medyo may, let me just put it dito, ha? 1 second lang. Ito. Ayusin natin yan. O, yung mga kameta natin dyan sa YouTube, don't worry, i-update ko rin yan. Oops, nangyari? Saan na yung ano? Bakit ganun to? Walang ngayon. Baba natin ng ganyan. Relax na. Ay, yung isa, yung sa Wuhan, grabe oh. Yung sa Wuhan talaga nagwawala na yung mga tao eh. 1 second lang mga kameta. Yung grabe yung sa Wuhan eh. Talagang punong-puno ng mga tao kasi grabe yung sistema sa kanila eh. Hanggang ngayon guys, lockdown pa rin ng lockdown. May isa lang ng wala na, ni-lockdown na yung buong lugar. Grabe talaga guys, ibang klase. O ito. Pakita ko sa inyo kasi medyo yan eh, intense yan eh. No, I'm just telling, what I'm trying to say here is guys, people will want freedom. Whatever corner of the world, at some point they will want freedom. Okay? And, ay nako, dictators can get away with just so much. At some point, mapupuno rin ng tao. Now, whether revolutions can succeed, yung usapan niya, I won't get there. Pero ito yung sa Wuhan, guys. Grabe, nagwala na talaga yung mga tao dito. Makikita nyo, guys. No, nagwawala na yung mga tao, yung mga na-barricade, yung mga yan, no? Okay, we have to, Now, this particular footage, I have to, again, I'll give you a disclaimer. The exact context of that has to be explained, lalo na especially mga Chinese Mandarin speaking friends natin, baka they can better explain this. But it allegedly shows people are really sick and tired of all the lockdown situation there in China and all of that. So, grabe na yan. Ayan, talagang nagwawala na yung mga tao. So we're seeing a lot of this footage of protest. So you may question one footage or so, but clearly we're seeing all of this footage is coming. Even if sa China censored lahat, censored Twitter, censored Facebook, censored internet, still things are trickling out, no? Still, they have a lot of armies, troll armies and armies to shut down conversations, etc. But nakita natin guys, palaban din yung mga tao sa China, alright? So just because they have a government like this, don't think their people are automatically also for that system. Wala silang choice. They have been stuck with this. And in fairness naman, I cannot blame them not saying much over the past few years. Their economy was doing okay. And at the same time, well, the risk is just too high if you confront the government and all. Pero nakikita mo talaga guys, punong-puno na yung mga tao dun sa lockdown. Yan kasi ang problema pag hindi democracy eh. Hindi nakikinig sa tao, nagsasariling ayun tuloy. So especially we see that in big cities, no, yung mga more progressive cities, yung mga Shanghai type, Beijing type, yung mga ganyan cities whereby, or even Wuhan, no, na malaking middle class, they have had economic prosperity for quite some time, but they want some say in how their life is run, and now they're getting sick and tired of the situation like that. Ibang klase kasi yun, mga kameta. Ibang klase yan. Isa pang video lagay natin dito para lang makita nyo. Isa rin to. So, we can see also protest here. Ito naman is in Chengdu. Isa pang major areas. We see people coming out. This is from Wall Street Journal. Journalists who have been sharing this. So, we see people coming out. They're getting tired of the lockdowns and all of that. Right? So, don't worry mga kameta, ibabalikan natin yan. We'll follow up on this. But clearly, nagtitrending talaga ngayon yung mga protests sa China and people are wondering what's going on there. I'm sorry. In the United States, it's a democracy. People come out and protest freely without the fear of being shut down or something like that. In the US, the US is a messy democracy, but it's still a democracy. China, it's not allowed for people to have peaceful protest in any real sense of the word. Okay? So let's not be yung mga dumb people dyan na yung mga dumb comparisons. I'm sorry. In the US, they don't force people months and months into lockdown, etc. Okay? Let's just be very clear about that. Okay? So yung mga propagandists dyan na mga 50 cent, umayos kayo dyan. Okay? umayos kayo dyan. You say something against the government in China, good luck sa'yo. You say something against the US government, Biden in US, marami matutuwa sa mga Trumpers. Yan po ang difference. Alright? And just to be clear ha, I have been in China many times. I've been also in the United States many times. Alright? So, let's be very clear, okay? I hindi ko lang pinag-aralan mga lugar na yan. I've been there. I've spent time there. Okay? Alright. Now, I want to end also on one note na I think is very important. Pero siguro we can do a different meta on this. Ay, hindi. Bukas na lang, guys. Sorry, I'm busy. I have to go to the next point. Biglang, wag na. Bukas na lang. Gusto ko balikan itong issue ni Anwar and Aquino kasi yung bagong Prime Minister ng Malaysia ay talagang very big big supporter ng mga Aquinos yan. And it's interesting. As I said, it's good that Leni is getting all this appreciation abroad that she deserves. It's good to know that we have a Prime Minister in Malaysia right now. Notice that Malaysia actually has consistently praised the Aquinos for not being corrupt, for not being mamamatay tao, for really serving the country. Of course, they're not perfect. They also have shortcomings, given na yan. But you get what I'm saying? It's interesting to see that appreciation is coming from quarters, from people who matter, people who know what they're talking about, and people are not biased and misled by disinformation or emotional mga ganyan. Alright. Okay, mga kameta. Kailangan ko na umalis. Sorry, ang dami pa tayong trabaho. Kailangan natin habulin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and energy with us. Maraming salamat again. God bless the Philippines. God bless yung mga people are fighting for a better Philippines. Tayo, nagbibiro tayo, nagbabardagulan tayo. But deep inside, everything we do comes from somewhere deep. A love for the country, yung appreciation sa ating mga kababayan. And as I said, whoever are leaders, as long as they're doing good, I'll support them. Hindi naman sa kulay lang yan, okay? As I said, when President Marcos Jr. is doing good, I'm supporting it, no problem. Mary Grace Ginto Astron, thank you so much for your support. Kay Ma'am Noemi Tablare, as always, thank you very much. Riz Ani, Syra de la Rama, thank you for joining us. Jevi Basco Serviano, thank you for joining us. Ayan. Marami tayong mga kameta dito. Wala yata yung mga iba natin kasama dito. Thank you rin dito sa mga kameta natin dyan dito sa YouTube. Kay Joe Shalon, thank you very much. Yan. Kay Ervin Varela. Yan. Kay Lourdes Fontanares. Kay Mark Henodia. Kay, ayan, yung iba hindi ko alam kung real name eh. Kay, ayan, yung mga kamaritas natin dito, marami. Kay Emma Española. Ayan. ¿Cómo estás, mi amiga? Oh. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Ayan. Okay. Maraming salamat mga kameta. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a fresh day. Kasi si Ma'am Leni ay fresh na fresh ngayon. Hindi ko alam bakit. Alam natin kasi naka-respite na siya kahit papano. Kumuha siya ng medyo nakapag-rest siya. Ayan. Thank you rin kay Amy Venson joining us from Milan. Ang dami natin mga supporters joining us from London, from Milan, from Las Islas, Pilipinas, from Middle East, Gitnang Silangan, maraming parte ng mundo. Thank you very much for supporting us. Love you and talk to you soon.